you've got to catch that and actually grow that as well. Because what happens is our minds tend to focus on what we don't have or what we don't want. Yeah. It really is a conscious practice to find the things that are actually working for you and notice them and grow them. Like put the magnifying glass on them and actually go, wow, I'm doing this. And I set up an email yesterday where I'm talking about celebration. You have to keep celebrating all those small things. I know in the time you think, oh, it's not a big deal, but like they are huge deals, and the more you magnify it, the more it will grow. And that will be a good solid basis for you on the not so good days or the bad days, where you can just be like, oh, well, it's just a blip. It's just a little dip. Because that narrative, yeah, and this is a great conversation to have, because the narrative is actually what's driving the feelings longer. So what we can do in those times, because it's so funny that in those times you should just be resting. That. This is when you could be laying on the couch and enjoying yourself and just like surrendering to the moment of how of what is, and not resisting it one bit. Because without that resistance, then there's resting. Yeah, but basically with the resisting, you can't really rest. So if you can settle into that and just allow, you're probably less likely to even have the narrative anyway when you do that. When it's just like, it's a conscious feeling of like, okay, I'm just going to allow, right? I'm just loving what is, It was amazing. I had a client years ago, and she really struggled with fatigue, to the point where it's just frustrating her so much. And I said, and we were trying it. She was trying supplements, she was trying mindset, she was trying everything. And I said to her, "Have you ever loved it? Like, could you just love it?" And because I've had this experience before. And she said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Can you just love your fatigue? Like, can you just love it right now, fully?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, if you love it and you can fully just hug it and embrace it, then it's not going to be a problem." And she did, and it was crazy. She sent me an email the next day, and she's like, "I can't believe how much better I feel already." And it wasn't a mental thing. It wasn't like, "All right, I love my fatigue." It was a actual acceptance, fully embodied acceptance of like, all right, I just love what is. And it was an amazing experience for her. She's young, she was like 17, so it was pretty profound for a 17-year-old to be able to do that. And basically what she did was just bring it in, rather than pushing it out and resisting it. She actually just and then it was gone because it wasn't a problem. How's that feel? It's the most counterintuitive thing you would think of, but it actually is the most effective thing. Byron Katie, who's if you haven't heard of her, she's amazing. Basically, she talks about the work, but she really, her book is called Loving What Is. And it's just not really, it's living in a state of acceptance, which is peace. Because she's like, the reason why you're not happy is because you're resisting what is. And then that someone would say, "Oh yeah, but you don't understand, this fatigue's terrible." And she would go, "Yeah, but how's that working out for you anyway?" You may as well just be better off loving what it is than resisting it. And it almost just calms down everything, just lets go. It's almost like it all just falls off you. So that was an experience that I've been through before. And and it's not I think we go through it with everything, right? With relationships and work stuff and friends and people. I think as soon as we actually drop in and fully allow what is and accept it, things just get better. They just naturally feel better in our body and in our mind. There's this certain peace that comes with it pretty quickly. So give that a go next time, guys. In any situation. Come back to that practice. And it's a practice as well. It's not something that you're going to magically click your fingers, but you might find that you'll really enjoy your rest more as well.